Hello, year one. You're back with me, Mr. K, and we are going to move on to our lovely English learning now. Now, I said to you that we have looked into traditional tales, and we are going to be looking into those a little bit more today. So, we're going to carry on looking at our Goldilocks story. So, I hope you've got your text maps that you completed yesterday so that you can use them to help you today. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so we can have a look. So, our learning today is going to be surrounding writing a character description. That's going to be our learning intention today. So, what I'd like you to do, hopefully, you've managed to dig out your text map from yesterday. Can you retell the story by looking at your text map? So, can you start right at the top at the beginning and can you work your way through your text map, snaking through your text map to retell the story? And did you remember all the key parts? Have you gone through it? Are there any bits that you've missed? It's okay if you've missed some bits because you can always edit it. Remember, we like to edit at school and we usually use a green pencil to self-edit or a blue pencil if an adult has had to tell you that you need to go back and check this. But you can use a different color pencil at home, or you can use your normal pencil just to do some editing. That would be a fabulous idea. So check through your text map. Remember, if you need to pause the video, you can do at any point and you can always rewind. So I'm going to do exactly the same right now and I'm going to go through my text map. So I drew a little book for Once Upon a Time. There were 3 bears. I've got Daddy Bear, Mummy Bear, Baby Bear, and a girl called Goldilocks. And one day, Goldilocks went to a house. She knocked on the door, but nobody answered. So she decided to go inside. On the kitchen table, she saw 3 bowls of porridge. She tried the first bowl, but it was too salty. Ugh. She tried the second bowl, and it was too sweet. So she tried the third bowl, and that was just right. Then she went into the living room because she was feeling a little bit tired. She needed to sit down, and she saw 3 chairs. The first chair she sat on was too big. The second chair she sat on was again too big. The third chair was just right. Then she went upstairs because she was getting super tired. So went upstairs to lay down on a bed. When she got there were 3 beds in the room. The first one was too hard. The first one was super soft. Sorry, not the first one. The next one was super soft. And the third one was just right. All of a sudden, the bears came back home. And the first bear, Daddy Bear, said, "Who's been eating my porridge?" Mummy Bear said, "Who's been eating my porridge?" And Baby Bear was crying, saying, "Who's been eating my porridge?" Then again, Daddy Bear said, "Who's been sitting in my chair?" Mummy Bear said, "Who's been sitting in my chair?" And Baby Bear said, "Who's been sitting in my chair and broken it?" They go upstairs and Daddy Bear says, "Who's been laying in my bed?" Mummy Bear says, "Who's been in my bed?" And Baby Bear said, "Who's been in my bed and is still in there?" And at that moment, Goldilocks woke up and she saw the 3 bears. So she legged it. She ran as fast as she could out of the house and back into the forest. And that is the end of a lovely story. And I was so pleased to see so many of your text maps on emails. And I know Mrs. Brandt has been just as impressed as your lovely emails have been showing us your text maps. And it's really fantastic to see your lovely pictures retelling that story. Well done. So what we'd like to do today is we're going to move on to think about the characters in our story. So look back over your text map. Who are the characters in the story? And you can see, I've given you a clue there. There are 4 main characters. So when you're ready, you can say them at me at the screen and I'll try and hear you. Go. Excellent. There is Goldilocks, Baby Bear, Daddy Bear, and Mummy Bear. And there they are. I've got little pictures there and a little explanation of who they are. Excellent. Well done for remembering the key characters. So our key word today is description. Okay, we've used this word before. It's in our learning intention, character description. What does the word description mean? And what group of words do we think of when we hear that word description? Have a little chat with the person you're at home with. hopefully you've been saying adjectives. As soon as you hear that word description, you should think of adjectives. Remember, adjectives describe the nouns. They describe the things or the person or the place. Okay, so we've got some examples here. Bright sunshine. It's not just sunshine, it's bright sunshine. It's not just a diamond, it's a sparkling diamond. Okay, and you can read through the other examples there. It paints a picture in the reader's head and makes it more fantastic to read. So here are some examples of some adjectives. Remember, you can pause now and you could read through these and pick some of your favorite ones. I really like the word brave. That's a lovely one on there. And fierce. Those are some lovely ones. Have a look at yours that you like. And these word mats are going to help you with your task today. So you can always rewind the video and pause on here. So let's look closely at Goldilocks. Okay, there she is. And I've got some lovely words here. And it says, which of these words describe this character? So maybe you could have a look at these. Remember, when we're describing, we can look at what she's wearing. We can look at what she looks like. And we can think about her personality or what kind of person we think she is. So I'll give you a couple of minutes. Think of some adjectives in your head. Remember, you can always pause the video and you can share them with me. Okay, I'm going to start typing up some lovely adjectives that I've maybe thought of. So I think she is very, oh, my text is going crazy. People that know me know that my whiteboard does not agree with me sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to circle some of these that I agree with then. So I think she looks very smart. I really like her dress. Okay, and green is my favorite color. So I think she looks very smart. I think she's very friendly. Sometimes she's a bit too friendly. She just walks into somebody else's house and helps herself to people's dinner, which is a little bit cheeky. That's another adjective that I could add to my list, a little bit cheeky. Okay. What have you guys come up with? Maybe you've got a list of adjectives on your page that you can share. Okay, and what you're then going to do is you're going to change those adjectives into sentences. Okay, so we could use these sentence starters. Goldilocks is, and you could finish that off. You could have Goldilocks is a smart, friendly girl. Okay, what sentences could you come up with? Goldilocks is wearing, you could finish that off with a beautiful green dress. What sentences could you come up with? We could also write about what she is like. Goldilocks is, I could say Goldilocks is a little bit cheeky because she does go into somebody else's house and she does eat their porridge. But I think she's also a very nice person. Okay, what kind of sentences can you come up with for Goldilocks? Have a go at writing some sentences for Goldilocks. Remember, you can always pause the video when you like. Okay, once you've done Goldilocks, I want you to have a look at the three bears. Have a look at collecting some more adjectives for these three bears. So you might look at them, and if I show you some of mine up here, I might circle furry, because they are furry, aren't they, bears? You might have Daddy Bear, and you might think Daddy Bear's a bit grumpy. Okay, you might have Mummy Bear, and you might think Mummy Bear's a little bit cross, because she is cross. And you might think Baby Bear's a little bit sad, because Baby Bear does cry quite a lot in the story, because he's very upset. So you could then tell me Mummy Bear is, you could say she's tall, furry. You could also describe the color. Remember, that is an adjective, brown. Okay, you could describe Daddy Bear, or you could describe Baby Bear. Have a little think about which one you're going to choose. You only have to choose one of the bears unless you really want to challenge yourself. Again, look at what they're wearing. You could tell me that Daddy Bear is wearing a smart blue tie. Okay, what else can you describe about them? Have a go at writing some lovely sentences. So once you've done that, okay, that's just our little warm up. What you can now do is you can use these word mats, you can use the pictures of these 4 characters, and you can write a couple of sentences about each of those characters, describing what they look like, what they act like, okay? And you can send those in to your class email accounts. Remember to use these word mats to help you, okay? If you're finding this tricky, you could always just list some adjectives that you think are talking about that character. So for Baby Bear, you could have small, brown, or short, brown, yellow t-shirt. You could have sad. You could have shy, because maybe he's a little bit shy because he's quite young. You don't have to write full sentences, but if you want to challenge yourself, you can write some full sentences. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.